So I know you got an out here. Do you have a couple more minutes? I wanted to share
Sure.
one story with you. All right, because my show is called Get Your News On with Ron. Usually I share a story with my guests that I kind of picked out especially for them. And I got one especially for you. You
All
may have
right.
heard about this already, or you may not have. I look forward to finding out. But one thing about me, you may or may not know, I'm a big music guy. I love music. I play guitar. And here's some news that I'm hoping you might appreciate that I just found out about recently. And this concerns a guitar company called Taylor. Taylor Guitar announces complete transition of ownership to its employees. Did you hear about this?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I thought it'd be cool if maybe you didn't, where you were just like, I didn't know that. This is going to be in the podcast. But yeah, so Taylor Guitars, and what they're doing is it's called an ESOP, where basically employees just own the company, and the folks who run it, they're hoping to kind of hand it off that way. And here's a statement from the company CEO. I don't think ESOPs are right for every company, but they're going for it. But an ESOP is good for people who want to stay involved with their company, and it's good for people who care about their business and care about helping their employees grow their wealth. Well, so what's your take on this? Is this a step in the right direction? Is this kind of an example of doing better?
Yes, I should explain to folks, ESOPs, ESOP, have been around for quite a while. It stands for Employee Stock Ownership Program, and it's been around for a while. And here's the logic that may intrigue your audience. Think of a company. I'll make one up. Mr. and Mrs. Smith start a company, and they spend their lives building it up. It starts small, Mr. and Mrs. Smith and 2 or 3 friends. But over time, they work hard, they're successful, the company grows. And now Mr. and Mrs. Smith have reached 65. The company has 200 employees. Mr. and Mrs. Smith hired every one of them. They're local people, they know them, they know their families. It's a successful business. But they've had enough. And their children don't want to work in the business. They've gone on to other lives and other kinds of work. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith have a problem. What are they going to do? They could close the business. But they spent their whole lives building that business. They don't want to close it. It's successful, it's profitable, and they know that if they close it, it's not just the end of the business for them, but it's the 200 families that depend on that business that are going to be out of luck. They don't want to do that. Okay, what's their second option? They could sell the business to somebody else. But the problem is, what will that person do? They might close it. They might merge it with somebody. And they might therefore screw those 200 people that they personally know. So they don't want to do that either. And they don't want to become a public company with shareholders because, again, they don't know what those shareholders will do. How could they keep the business going, honoring the 200 people who've given lives to this business, like they have, honor the community that has supported them? Answer: an ESOP. Sell your company to the workers. They don't want it to go away because it's their livelihood. They don't want the community in which they live and upon which they depend to be hobbled by no longer getting tax revenue from this business. So if you want the business to survive, if you want the jobs to survive, if you want the community not to lose an asset, then the best thing you can do is sell the company to your own workers. And that's what's motivating people all over the United States, as well as in this case in Mexico, to do this kind of thing. And I think you're going to be seeing more and more, because I think companies are going to see that as a better option for what to do with a business than the alternatives that capitalism has presented to them.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your